Well, this is a horrible story. An illegal immigrant now accused of shooting a deputy and leading law enforcement on a wild, high-speed chase.
Sheriff Vern Warnke from Merced County, California, joins us now with more. Sheriff, thank you for joining us.
Good morning.
You've been outspoken on this particular incident and those like it. Talk to us about what happened and why.
Well, thanks for the invite. The what happened part was my STAR team was doing some follow-up investigation regarding a violent domestic issue, and they had a warrant for this guy's arrest and had received information about where he was located. You know, they went out to the scene, and unfortunately, the suspect had spotted my deputies before they got in position, and he actually took up a position behind a cyclone fence that had been overgrown with some kind of vines. Deputies never saw him, and what happened was he opened fire on the lead deputy, who happened to be one of my sergeants in charge of this team. And fortunately, he did not see the second deputy, because I think it was because the second deputy returned fire to cause this guy to quit shooting and forced him to flee the area.
Well, let's get to the heart of the matter, which is the California sanctuary law, and you've been outspoken about this. It says, among other things, California law enforcement agencies shall not use agency or department monies or personnel to investigate, interrogate, detain, detect, or arrest persons for immigration enforcement purposes. We go through this all the time. We hear politicians sometimes tell us, well, you're exaggerating these laws. It doesn't really have the impact you're suggesting. You're on the front line, Sheriff. What is this law doing to your people and to your own deputies now?
Well, for years, I've been with the sheriff's office going on 40 years, and we have never taken a proactive response to searching out and identifying folks here illegally. The only time they come across to our books is if they've committed a crime against the citizens within our jurisdiction, and for them to make this law is it's quite ludicrous. It's like they've taken a special class of people who are here illegally and afforded them protections. It just doesn't make any sense to me. It's like they say, well, don't come into our country, but boy, gosh, if you make it across the border, we're going to protect you.
Well, yeah, I mean,
it just doesn't make sense.
Sure. So in this case, remind us of the important detail here. There was an ICE detainer on this individual. He had been arrested, but because it was a sanctuary city, the authorities, you guys were not alerted, so he goes free to shoot at your deputies.
Correct. Now, they've made it very clear that the ICE detainer is not a legal document for us to actually uphold. It has to be a warrant signed by a judiciary. And the ICE detainer, and because of the circumstances, when we had him in our custody in January, we were unable to release him to ICE because of this law pertaining to I guess the Truth and Trust Acts is what they're calling it.
Wow.
Now, this guy should have been deported years ago. Had he been deported and kept in his home country of origin, he wouldn't have been shooting at his family, creating terrorist threats, domestic terrorism. He threatened to actually kill the wife's family, and that's how come he was found in the city of Paso Robles, because he was there to do them harm.
Sure. All right.
Had he been deported
Sheriff,
like
I'm
he
sorry
should
to
have been,
interrupt,
not
but we
being
do
into this country,
Yeah.
it would have been taken care of. But no, we had this situation. I'm just glad that my sergeant wasn't killed.
Amen.
Because we had a police officer just outside of our county and around Christmas time killed by an illegal alien.
We remember the case. We covered it, absolutely, and we hope that your deputy comes back to good health, and we're certainly thinking about him today. Thank you for coming in with your views.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Appreciate it.